Hey everyone, today we're going to go through taking a SOP, in this case for a qPCR setup, and getting that encoded into Spaero using our AI Copilot. First step, we go into our protocol editor inside of our folders in our workspace. We ask to create a new protocol. We'll start by creating the most bare bones protocol setup. We'll call this qPCR prep. We'll do it on a Hamilton Microlab prep. And then as a bonus later, I'll show you how we can, with one click, get it up and running on a Hamilton star. Liquid name is going to be DNA template. Liquid class aqueous. And use one of our 12-well reservoirs for reagent reservoir. Let's do this with 50 microliter tips. So now I've got our bare bones empty protocol. Let's go and copy in our SOP and paste it here into the Copilot. To be even fancier, let me copy it here as Markdown so you can see all the nice formatting. We've now sent it all up to the agent, and one of the reasoning models is thinking about it. So first it shows that it understands what it is being asked to do, reiterates the protocol and the other requirements. Now it begins. The first thing we're going to see it do is realize that it's going to need to add some additional labware components. It's already identified the Biorad Harshell 96 well PCR plate from our labware library. That's going to be exactly what the SOP calls for the sample plate and for the reaction plate. And then it's going to realize that it also needs an additional liquid reagent type to account for the samples that are inside of the sample plates. For the master mix. That's the missing one. The master mix is now up. The next step is going to be then applying the master mix to one of the slots in the reagent reservoir and making sure that the DNA template is filling all of the wells in the sample plate, which is the initial condition of both of these things at the start of the protocol. So it's found all the labwares, it's in the process of mapping things, and now you'll see a little light up with colors in just a moment. Good, so you now see the master mix has been added to slot 1 of the reagent reservoir trough. Now the DNA template has been added to all the wells of the sample plate. Now the first setup part of the protocol is complete by the agent, and it's going to proceed to begin the operational steps. As we look at the SOP, what does this protocol ask us to do? It asks us to first transfer 18 microliters of the master mix to every well of the reaction plate. So you'll see that come up as a transfer operation here, where the source will be the reagent reservoir and the destination, each of those wells. Next, we'll then want to transfer 2 microliters from every well in the sample plate to every corresponding well in the reaction plate, and to immediately after each of those transfers, pipette up and down, mixing 3 times with a 10 microliter mix volume. Most likely what the agent is going to do is to integrate a mix after dispense into that second transfer step. So let's go see how it's doing, check in with the agent. We can now see it's doing that first transfer operation, seeking to transfer 18 microliters of master mix from that reagent reservoir to each of the wells in the reaction plate. And there it is. Now it's going to create the second transfer operation, transferring from the sample plate to the reaction plate. Excellent. There it is. Now it's going to create a final report. While it's doing that, let's go check out, make sure it did everything we thought it did. We can see 18 microliters is being transferred with our 50 microliter tips. And you can also see then here, 2 microliters is being transferred. And yes, indeed, after every dispense. This all could have been done by hand, and I have some videos in the past that show how this can be done step by step using the GUI. This is showing how the AI Copilot can significantly simplify the step of translating an SOP from a free text Word document to something encoded in Spaero, and that is ready to run. That's step 1. Now I'm going to show you 2 more things. One, we're going to show you how easy it is to take this protocol and translate it from the platform that it was initially designed on, in this case the Hamilton Microlab Prep, to a different platform. In this case, we're going to send it to the Hamilton Microlab Star. And then the final thing is I'll show you how we can scale that up after that transfer is made. First things first, if we were to run this, we would, as is, we would run it on the Hamilton Microlab Prep. We could drag our labware to the deck and proceed onwards. But in this case, we're actually going to say that we want to scale it up, and we want to scale it up on our Hamilton Microlab Star system. A few things have been changed automatically by our system in order to ensure that seamless compatibility. And once I accept that, we're now going to be ready to run on a star. You can see here my fleet of stars, and we've gone from a slot-based interface that was present on the Hamilton Microlab Prep to now these carrier-based interfaces on the star. And the final thing I'm going to show you is now that we're on the star, and we can do many more plates because we have a lot more real estate on our deck, I actually am now going to want to ask the Copilot to scale this up from a single sample plate and a single reaction plate to a set of 3. I want to ask the agent now, I need to scale this protocol up to 3 sample plates, please help me. It will think, and then it realizes that in order for me to accomplish this, I'll need to first add in 2 more pairs of sample plate and reaction plate. That's exactly what it does. Now it's added in sample plate 2, sample plate 3, and reaction plates 2 and 3 are going to be close to follow. There we go, sample plate 3 just came in, and reaction plate 2, and I think reaction plate 3 is hidden behind the Copilot. Now it's going to go and initialize the liquids in the sample plates 2 and 3. And that's what it generated right there. So you see DNA template now appeared in sample plate 2. In just a moment, we'll see it appear in sample plate 3 as well. Sample plate 3. Next step, it's going to add in multiple sources and multiple destinations to these 2 steps to be able to scale up the operations that it's already doing to these additional plates. And so you'll see these plates, sample and reaction, appear now in each of these steps. It'll still have one source, but it will be multiple destinations for the first transfer, and you'll see multiple sources and multiple destinations in the second transfer. So you can see now the multiple destinations for that first step have been assigned, and now it's going to be updating the second transfer. And there it is. So at this point, it's now going to print the final report, and you can see that if we close our sidebar here, we have everything that we wanted. Now we've gone through and seen how, 1, we can take a free text SOP and use our AI Copilot inside Spaero to encode that into our system. 2, we saw how easy it was to go from one robot platform, in this case the Hamilton Microlab Prep, and translate that same protocol with 2 clicks to another platform, the Hamilton Microlab Star. And then 3, how using the AI Copilot we were able to scale up that protocol from 1 plate to 3 plates. So this is just the beginning and scratching the surface of what AI Copilot capabilities unlock with Spaero, and I'm excited to talk to you about more. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at Mitch, M-I-T-C-H, at Spaero, S-P-A-E-R-O.bio. Have a great day.